Welcome to The Shoreline, brought to you by Shores and Islands, Ohio, where finding your Lake Erie love is a sure thing. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Bauer. I'm the PR manager at Shores and Islands, Ohio. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Dayton Barnett, who manages our social media. Dayton and I are here every week to give you the inside scoop on what's happening here in our island and coastal communities and all the events and attractions we think you'll want to know more about and hopefully come visit. Good morning, Dayton.
Morning.
How's it going?
It's going great. Just got back from vacation, and we just dove right into summer. Like, it's straight summer in Shores and Islands, Ohio right now. I don't care what anything says. It's packed.
Yeah, quite literally. I mean, you were gone for a couple of days, and when you came back, all of a sudden it's 80 degrees, and everything's open, and it's sunny. There's crowds. We got big events going on. You came back just in time for, Memorial Day weekend and the start of Ohio Bike Week and National Travel and Tourism Week. And, oh my gosh, you did so much content last week. Not that you don't always do so much content, but with National Travel and Tourism Week, I think there was a new video every single day.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot going on in one day.
So for those of you that are following along, of course, that was last week or 2 weeks ago that we celebrated National Travel and Tourism Week. But all of the things that Dayton featured are things that you can do all year long. So please, go back and check out that content. What was some of your favorite content from last week?
I think, of course, always anything to involve food would be number one. I think, honestly, the, which maybe we'll talk about later, was some of the fam tours that we did for the media marketplace. I think that was a lot of fun because I got to, meet a lot of creators and do some stuff with them. So I think that part was probably the most fun.
Absolutely. And I got to play along as well. So that was cool. Do you have anything else upcoming in the next coming weeks that people should look out for?
Honestly, just look out for just more videos about things that you can do within this region. Summertime is a big time for us to do, videos about just being outside and collaborating with other businesses and organizations just to promote the region. So this is a fun time for me. We do it all year round, but obviously summer is still summer. We love summer and we love the lake, so it's a lot of opportunities.
Now you can get out on the lake, you get to go on boat rides, get to go to the islands.
Yeah.
It really feels like there's just so much going on right now. You can kind of feel the energy. So follow along. If you're not already, be sure to follow Dayton on all of the Shores and Islands social media. Be sure to engage with all of his posts. He loves getting comments and questions. He even likes suggestions on places he should go next. So if there's something that we talk about on here that you want to see more of, let Dayton know you want to see it on our social links. You can find all of those on our website at shoresandislands.com. Today, we're bringing you another fun in-person compilation episode. As Dayton mentioned, we recently hosted our second annual Shores and Islands Ohio Media Marketplace, where we bring together content creators with local businesses, attractions, and community representatives. One of the goals of that event is to help spread the word about all of the amazing opportunities there are in the region, and of course to foster collaboration between our partners and travel writers and influencers. So during the Marketplace event, we grabbed a few of our content creator guests and we asked their impressions of Shores and Islands, Ohio. We heard about some of their favorite spots, and then we also asked them about what they were learning about or what they found out new at the event itself, what new partners they were looking forward to interacting with, what they found that was curious or interesting. Please enjoy several quick interviews with our media friends, and maybe you'll learn some new things too. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for coming to the Shores and Islands Media Marketplace. What is your name and who do you write for?
My name is Bill Flood. I come from Columbus, Ohio. I'm a freelance writer in the antique space. I have a primary outlet of Antique Week and its sister publications. They're out of Indiana.
Great. And you came into the area yesterday, I believe.
I came up yesterday.
And did some exploring. What did you find?
I did. Well, I started in Norwalk, which I know is a little bit out of your service area, but that was the direction I was coming from. And
That's actually where I live.
Oh, okay. And I went to Milan next.
Nice.
And did not get to see the antique place that was there. They were closed, although the owner would have opened it up for me had he not been otherwise disposed. But did go to the coffee shop next door.
Okay.
And then a real treasure you have is down the road. It's called Big Ship Salvage.
Okay.
It's an antique shop that specializes exclusively in ship salvage. It's one of only probably 2 or 3 in the entire country that do that.
That's a fun find. I'm not familiar with them either, so we'll have to check them out. Have you been to this area before?
I have.
Okay. Do you have any favorite places that you like to visit when you're up here? I know you're from Columbus.
Yeah, actually, it's been a unique experience because I don't hail from Ohio. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland, and we moved to Ohio about 20 years ago. And so the very first time I came to Sandusky was 20 years ago, and it was not really a happening place back then.
It's a little different now, right?
Right, and then last October, I came up and toured it for the first time, and I saw what it has started turning into. Yeah. And then, of course, yesterday, and I was there last night, and I saw the pedicabs going up and down the street, the ice cream vendor with the cart, and had
down at Jackson Street Pier.
Yes,
probably, yeah.
I went to the distillery. I went out to dinner.
Great. Our friends at Everwell.
Yes, it was happening last night, and that was a Wednesday night. So
that's nice for early, I guess it's late May, but early summer to be happening in a downtown area. That's great. So we're here at our media marketplace, which we have a lot of Shores and Islands partners and vendors in the area that are here exhibiting. Have you come across anything that was new or surprising to you, or anything that you are interested in checking out further?
I think the thing that I've gravitated to the most has been Lakeside.
Oh, nice.
I know about them because I have family friends that went to Lakeside for probably a dozen years, and they would always tell us about it. And I had a real lengthy conversation with them and the possibility of coming up and learning about them historically, and then also seeing what their main street and downtown is like.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Highly recommend. Greg and I talk about Lakeside very regularly. He has a radio show as well.
Okay.
So it's great. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for being on the Shoreline.
It's a great event. I've enjoyed everybody that I've interacted with so far.
Good. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by the Shoreline Podcast, Karen. Please let us know your name and where people can find you, where you write, where they can follow you.
Of course. So Karen Locke with a Y. I promise I'm not a Karen. Thank you, social media. But my website, I know, right? I have to make sure I tell people that, because Karen has a negative connotation right now. But
sorry,
having said that, no, I promise I'm not one. So we're cool.
You're not. I can vouch.
So my personal website is Sand and Snow and Everywhere in Between. Tagline is from the beach to the slopes and all those happy moments in the middle. Additionally, because I wear many, many hats, I'm a freelance journalist, and I'm also the travel expert for KDKA Pittsburgh TV. That's a CBS affiliate. And they have a daily show on from 3 to 4 p.m. called Talk Pittsburgh, and I am their travel expert.
How cool is that?
And I've actually featured you guys.
Have. I was just saying, I've seen several clips where you've talked about businesses in our area. I know you're a fan of our region, and
of course,
come here a lot. What are some of your favorite things to do when you come to Shores and Islands, Ohio?
Wow, it depends on the day. So and the time of the...
And you're a huge Cedar Point fan, correct?
Oh, I'm such a theme park fan. I see them right across the room here. But yes, I'm a huge theme park fan. So, you can spend an entire day at Cedar Point and not ride a coaster, because I have done that. I love to people watch and eat food and go on the train. But full disclosure, Iron Dragon is my favorite.
Mine too.
I love that ride so much.
But I'm not a coaster person, and that's about as wild and crazy as I get.
Well, you know what? It has so much nostalgia for me that
I can ride it with my kid. That's
me too, like or my husband in the front. I love the front row. But okay, so Cedar Point, I enjoy. I love looking for beach glass. Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorite things. What else do I love? I just love coming up and hanging out. I love downtown Sandusky.
Yeah,
one of my favorite places. I was editing an article about the best places to take a family vacation in 2024. Mm-hmm. And Sandusky was mentioned. And they mentioned Cedar Point. I'm like, hey, downtown. You got to give props to downtown, because amazing food. It's just, it's like a trip back in time. But you guys have made such a great advancement in the past, decade?
Yeah, it's really come a long way. Downtown Sandusky is lovely. I'm glad that you like going there. That's nice to hear.
I love your iconic fountain. You have so much cool history.
So you have to go talk to Jim and Dick. They're over there.
Oh, I just said they have a bus tour.
They have a bus tour now. Yep.
They have a haunted bus tour.
Guys. Yes, they do in October.
Please get me on there.
You definitely need to come back to do that. You would love that.
I would, Halloween's my favorite season.
You've taken, a circle around the room here. We're at our media marketplace where we have lots of Shores and Islands partners and vendors. Have you come across anything that was new or surprising to you today?
There is so much new this year.
Good.
Everybody is talking about their new stuff. So the African Wildlife Safari Park, I heard they've got a new capybara exhibit coming in June. That is my daughter's favorite animal. Thank you, TikTok. Everybody loves the capybara, and you can't get the song out of your head once you hear it, but they've got that coming in June. And then they have a new experience that's a secret that's supposed to be coming sometime this year. Love that. I mean, so many new things. It's just like, if you skip a year coming, it's like a brand new area.
Always something new to discover then.
It is.
Good.
It sure is. I mean, the cool thing about Sandusky and the Shores and Islands region is the fact that no matter what your traveling type is, you're going to find something. So if you love theme parks, of course, there's Cedar Point. Water parks, you're all about water parks. If you love nature, there's the nature conservatories, all of the outdoor parks. Love that. And if you love food, just go to downtown Sandusky, and the first door you encounter, it's not going to be a bad place.
You're a fan.
I'm a true fan. Have I sold myself as a fan yet?
Absolutely. We need to put you on payroll.
Hey, I'll give you my card and my email.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping by the Shoreline.
Thank you, Jill. Nice to talk to you.
So hi, thank you, and welcome to the Shoreline. And please tell us who you are and where people can find you, where you write, where people can find you on social media.
So my name is Rachel Critch, and I have a blog called Couponing with Rachel. I share lots of fun finds for people, anything from a cute Amazon sweater to how to get free toothpaste at Walgreens.
All the time. I have actually a coworker here who is very angry with me because I turned her on to you, and she spends so much money now. I'll have to introduce you to Tiffany.
I mean, such good deals, though, right? So many good deals.
And you also have columns in some local papers, and I see you on television quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. Yeah, and I also have a coupon code for like Cavaliers games, Monsters hockey. So if you're ever over in that area, I have a coupon code for that.
So I know you're a fan of this region, and you visit Shores and Islands quite often. What are some of your favorite things to do when you come to the Shores and Islands area?
Absolutely Put-in-Bay, right?
Okay.
I mean, listen, you know what I love most about Put-in-Bay is that it's so versatile. So it's great for a family day out. So you can take the kids and drive around on golf carts, but it's also great for, an adult weekend.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's so versatile. But then also Kelly's Island, there's just so many options with all the islands that we have. It's so fun that Ohio has islands.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate that, we have these things right in our backyard. And people from outside of Ohio don't understand, right? We get that a lot. Like, there's islands in Ohio? Like, yes, we get away for the weekend, too. So this is our second annual media marketplace. I know you were at this event last year, and maybe you haven't made it all the way around the room yet today, but is there anything new here that you've learned or anything that you're interested in checking out?
This thing is such a fun thing to come to. Last year it blew my mind, all the different tables that are here.
Thank you.
So as I look around, I just want to visit all of them. Right? So obviously
I heard you like to talk.
I do like to talk. I do. But, I've already stopped at Miller Ferry. They're my fave.
Yeah.
And obviously I'll be hopping over to Cedar Points. But it's just, what's nice about this area is that we've been coming so many times that so many of these businesses feel like old friends.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to stop by and chit chat with them and you just be able to really learn about the community and different things that you have been able to go to in the past and then absolutely new experiences.
Well, I hope that you find some new experiences.
Thanks
things
so
that you
much.
need to check out while you're here today.
Yes, we are so excited. We just, my family has grown up in the area. And so it's just such a fun thing to do with your friends or your family. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by the Shoreline.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you for stopping by the Shoreline podcast. Could you please tell me your name and where people can find you, where you create content?
Sure. My name is Betsy Ramsey. I own the blog Natty Gal. It can be found at nattygal.com, and on social media, I am nattygal.com, all the words spelled out.
Okay, perfect. And we're at our second annual media marketplace. This is new for you this year.
It is,
so
and
we're
I'm
really glad that you came. Thank you for being here, of course. Are you familiar with the Shores and Islands region? Have you been to this area before?
Yes. I am a native Clevelander, and my parents were boaters growing up, so I was very familiar with Cedar Point. Was always a fantastic day trip, as well as Put-in-Bay, Kelly's Island, whatnot.
Nice.
And this is my first time attending the media marketplace, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I've already encountered several new great accommodations.
That was actually my next question.
too is, as you go around the room, is there anything that was new to you or surprising to you that maybe you weren't already familiar with in this region?
Yes, I'm learning a lot. I had encountered the new hotel that I was speaking with a woman about the renovations that she had just done on an older property. Yes, correct. Yeah, and it looks like just a wonderful atmosphere, great family-friendly environment. I loved how she incorporated the bunk beds into the rooms.
Yes.
And the fire pits out back just make you want to cuddle up and spend an evening there, grab a glass of wine or coffee or something and some chocolates and hang out with the kids, do some s'mores, all that. And loved seeing Jet Express. That's one of our favorite ways of getting over to the islands. Yeah, so it was good to connect with them, and everything's just been wonderful.
Well, great. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm loving it.
All right, thank you guys for stopping by the table today for the Shoreline Podcast. All right, could you tell us your names?
Yeah, I'm David.
And I'm Edward.
All right, we're the Midwest Husbands.
Awesome. Midwest Husbands, you guys heard it. I know you guys are familiar with Shores and Islands region for a little bit. I know there's probably so much more that you guys can explore, but when you guys do come to the area, what's one of your favorite either destinations or attractions or things to do?
So our bachelorette party was actually at Put-in Bay.
Okay, awesome. Of course,
time learning we had a ferry in Ohio.
Awesome.
I really like Kelly's Island.
Kelly's?
Yeah, the nature there is just unreal.
Exactly. I'm trying to get some creators out there to hike this year. I was just at the Kelly's Islands table that are here today with the Chamber of Commerce. There's a lot going on, but awesome. You guys didn't get a chance to come last year, so this is your first marketplace?
Yes, it is.
All right. Is there anything specific maybe you guys are looking to kind of speak, anyone specific you're looking to speak to, or just kind of checking it out and meeting everybody, connecting?
We're just looking forward to connecting and seeing what else is out there.
I definitely do see a winery calling my name.
There is, and I think they're giving out free samples, so you might want to get over there, take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks you guys for visiting. I hope you guys have an awesome time at the marketplace. And make sure you meet everybody, shake some hands, and just get some context so you guys can get some video stuff for the summer.
Awesome.
Have some fun.
Thanks, Dayton.
Appreciate it. All right, thanks for stopping by the Shoreline Podcast today. We're at the marketplace. Can you tell us your name and where people can find you on social?
Yeah, Pat McCarty, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Guy in the 419.
Guy in the 419. So, are you familiar with the Shores and Islands region?
Oh,
pretty
sure.
well. Obviously,
Absolutely.
He's been around. He gets around. He checks out all the places.
I've got big plans for the summer. I'm going to be out in Sandusky again. I plan on going out to the islands.
Oh yeah, we got to get to the islands. Which one specifically are you happy? You got an eye on one?
Well, obviously Put-in Bay and Kelly's.
Okay.
But I feel like there's more to do on Put-in Bay. Kelly's is not without its charm, so I've definitely got to stop out there. But then also, I mean, the whole peninsula area, Port Clinton, Catawba, Lakeside, all that stuff is just amazing areas.
Awesome. It's going to be, I got a feeling it's going to be a great summer. I don't know. I feel like we're just going to have great weather this summer.
Definitely a lot of high energy, and I agree with you. I think it's going to be amazing.
It's a vibe. So what's probably one of your favorite destinations or attractions that you like to do? Just one of them in the region.
I mean, is it cliche to say Cedar Point?
I don't think it is.
I love Cedar Point. I absolutely love it. But I think that there are, in the Sandusky area, I think it's amazing. It's an amazing downtown area. And I learned all of the things that the government is doing, the local government there is doing to the beautification of the downtown area and all the businesses that are bringing down there. I never knew before last summer. I had no idea how incredible downtown Sandusky actually is, and you can spend the entire day down there.
And it's only getting better. And I think people are seeing it because it's happening right in front of their eyes. There's so much that's happening.
You can rent a bike. You can run around those e-bikes, and you can cruise up and down the streets. It's incredible.
Yes, businesses are coming through. Places are getting beautified. There's a lot happening. You attended the marketplace last year. You're back again this year. What are you looking for? You just kind of connecting with everybody, just checking it out.
I want to make those connections. I want to make those connections with the people, the businesses that are out here, because now I've got this partnership with Thayer Ford and BG. So now I'm able to actually drive around all these places, and so I want to meet the businesses owners that are out there before I actually get out there.
Awesome. That's exactly how we should do it. That's exactly why we have it, to connect all these creators with these businesses and organizations to, just to get you guys ready for some awesome content in the summer. Yeah. So hopefully, you get some good stuff. Maybe we'll even do something in the summer to check out some places together.
Yeah.
And thank you for
show me around the area.
By. Of course. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you for stopping by the Shoreline Podcast.
Yes.
And please tell us your name and where people can find your content online.
Yes, I am Shayna Lee. You can find me on my blog at ShaynaWasHere.com and also on Instagram at Miss Lovelylocks, and on Facebook, Shayna Was Here.
Shayna Was Here.
Yes.
So Shayna is here today.
Yes,
We're so happy to have you visiting with us. I know you came to this event last year as well and have been to the region. So when you visit Shores and Islands, Ohio, what are some of your favorite things to do when you come to this area?
Wow. There's so many great, amazing gyms here. One of my favorite things to do with my daughter, actually, is going to the African Wildlife Safari.
Yes.
Like, we always have the best time. Every single time we go, it's almost like we've never been there before.
Yes.
It's just fun.
Full of laughs, right? I mean, when you drive through.
So many laughs. Like, she's always like, but then she's like, oh, I want to go again.
Have you talked to our friends at African Safari yet today?
I haven't got around to them yet.
There's a surprise. So
a surprise.
You definitely have to go talk to them about some of the new things that they're getting this year. It's very exciting.
I saw some press releases, so maybe.
There you go. That's okay, so she's got a clue already. Yes. So walking around the event, we've got Shores and Islands partners, businesses, communities. Is there anything that you've encountered that was maybe new or surprising?
Oh, Everwild.
Okay, the distillery.
They have a new vodka, and it's amazing.
Yeah? And you get to go tour Everwild tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'm excited about that.
I am too.
But it's really good. They said it came out 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And it's very, very nice and smooth. But that was like one thing I was kind of excited about.
Right. Surprising. Like,
I love their...
You knew them for bourbon.
Yes.
But they also have vodka now.
Yeah, vodka. And it's a very good one. A nice sipping one.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Anything else in the room that you're like interested to check out other than African Safari?
Well,
we're going to go talk
I've only
to them.
got to this part.
Okay.
I came around. Actually, the Lake Erie Arms.
Okay, got to go check them out.
Yeah, he gave me a pass so I can check out their restaurant. Did you see their food picture?
Yes, I've actually been there.
I was so hungry looking at it.
It's really good food.
Is it?
I can
really
vouch
good?
for that. Yeah, definitely stop by. And open to the public. The cafe is open to the public. They do have memberships for their different shooting things, but open to the public for the cafe.
Yeah,
and really good food.
I love that. That's a great concept.
Well, good.
If you're like into things like that.
Yeah. Skeet shooting.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of events there at Lake Erie Arms as well. We're going to have to get them on the podcast because they host like mixology classes and cigar pairings. Cigar pairings with bourbon. And they work with Everwild a lot on their bourbon as well. So.
And also here on Creek, they had a brandy Chardonnay, I believe, hybrid wine. That's new.
Is that the one that they use with the barrels from Everwild? How cool!
That was really nice. I like that. It was a very unique.
And that's one of the things that we did differently with this marketplace this year was expand it to offer some tours of the area as well. So
I love that.
So all of our content creators get to today meet with all of these different partners, and then tomorrow we get to go experience some of them. So that'll be a lot of fun, right?
Oh yeah, I've been
looking forward.
I'm excited. Yes, I am looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Of course. Anytime.
Hi, Brandy. Thank you for stopping by the Shoreline. If you could please tell the listeners your name and where people can find your content, all the different things that you're writing right now.
Okay. Well, my name is Brandy Gleason, and thank you for having us here at the Media Day. I appreciate it. And you can find me on Gleason Family Adventure, Ohio Road Trips, or you can pick up one of my books. The newest one is 100 Things to Do in Ohio Before You Die.
I just got my very own Things to Do in Ohio Before You Die, my own copy. I'm really excited about reading it, so thank you for bringing that.
You're welcome.
So what are some of the Shores and Islands locations that are in this book?
Okay, well, there's quite a few. So we have Lakeside Chautauqua, which I just did a news interview, and they always try to pin me down on my favorite place that I love in Ohio. Well, I ignored the question and said, oh, you can never pick just
There's
one.
There's too many, yeah.
Right? And at the end of the piece, they cornered me and said, okay, if you had to pick one place right now where you would go, where would it be? And I said Lakeside Chautauqua.
Oh,
so
nice.
Any time of the year. And I think that's what surprises people is that Lakeside is open year round.
Yep.
But it's just a lot more quiet in the soft season. So like in the fall and in the spring, it's a great time to go.
Absolutely.
And just as lovely as in the summer.
So I know that you are a regular visitor to this area, a big fan, I hope, of Shores and Islands, Ohio. Besides Lakeside, what are some of your other favorite things that you've done in this area when you visited?
So we just went fishing. It was the worst trip I ever had fishing. Did you see that post? Paid $450 to freeze my butt off on Lake Erie, and we caught a whole 2 fish. But those are the best trips that you go on because it's the best story to tell. So it was my dad's 74th birthday, and that's why we came up. And it was supposed to be beautiful, but it wasn't. But it was still an amazing day.
You never know what the weather's going to do in Northern Ohio,
So we love to fish for walleye.
Yeah, I know you've been at Fish Ohio Day, and you've done some other fishing charters in the area.
Yeah, so we love to fish. I love to come up and do birding. Birding is one of my favorite things.
Okay.
And hiking, which is surprising. People are surprised when you find out you can hike on the islands.
Yeah.
So they have some of the best views and hiking trails on the Put-in-Bay area and on Kelly's Island.
I was just going to ask if you had done any of the quarry areas behind the glacial grooves.
And that's on Kelly's Island.
Yep, on Kelly.
And while you're walking on those trails, did you know you can actually find fossils just as you're walking?
Yeah.
So fossil hunters, there's your place.
There you go. That's where you got to be. So we're at our second annual Shores and Islands Media Marketplace. We've got the room filled with different partners and destinations in the area. Is there anybody, anything in the room that maybe was new to you or that you just learned about today or that you're, kind of piqued your interest?
So I'm super excited about Explorer's Rest.
Yes.
And there's a huge backstory to that. And I can't wait to hear it. She and I are going to sit by the fire in front of the hotel tonight.
Lovely.
And she's going to share her story over a glass of wine. So I'm looking forward to that. But I watched it go from their beginnings of when they purchased it. And I'm looking forward to seeing it tonight, all done and ready. So I think that's the newest, hottest spot to find and stay while you're up here right now.
Yes, Explorer Rest and Relaxation. I think actually they're having their grand opening this afternoon.
Yeah.
So new to the area, great lodging facility. They have a food truck park out front, so they host a lot of food trucks. They also own a business that does kayaking and paddleboarding.
Yes.
Lake Erie Adventure. So
I need to get back out there and do that.
Great relationships with that. So if you stay there, I'm sure they can help hook you up with some water activities as well.
Yeah. So
all right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Brandy.
You're welcome.
Okay, so thank you for stopping by the Shoreline Podcast.
You're
Julie,
welcome.
If you could please tell people your name and where people can find your content.
My name is Julie Miller. I have a blog called What Should We Do Today, Columbus. It's about things to do in Columbus, but we also do a lot of Ohio road trips. And you can also find me at What Should We Do Today _CBus on Instagram.
Perfect. And I know you've been to the area before. We've worked together. You've come to the region. What are some of your favorite things to do when you're up in the Shores and Islands area?
We love to go to Put-in-Bay, and my kids love it.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Even though people tell me, oh, but isn't that a party island?
I was just going to say that. Your kids love Put-in-Bay. Elaborate.
Yes, my kids love it because we found all the things to do, off the beaten path.
Sure.
And we love the wildlife center and the parks, and they love riding around in a golf cart.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they ask to do that every summer.
My kids also always want to go to Put-in-Bay. They just want to ride a boat and ride in a golf cart.
Exactly.
I'm like, that's joy to a kid,
That
right?
is so much fun. Yeah. So
and get ice cream, of course.
Yes. And we last summer ate at the pizza place that's on a fire truck. Yeah, so we love that. And my kids also love Castaway Bay.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, gosh. I love this area so much.
You're a big fan. I can tell. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're here at the Shores and Islands Media Marketplace. All around the room, we've got different partners, different attractions and destinations and things that we have to offer in the area. Was there anybody maybe that was new and interesting to you this year that maybe you hadn't heard about before that piqued your interest?
Yes.
Or any new attractions from somebody that maybe you did know about?
Well, we've actually never been to Kalahari.
Oh, cool.
I know. So I'm hoping to do that this summer. And I'm going to say it wrong because I want to say Milan, but it's not.
It's Milan.
Milan. I cannot get my head. I didn't know about all the things to do downtown there and the history museum and all of that.
Oh, you should definitely check out Milan, birthplace of Thomas Edison. And then, of course, the Milan Museum. They have like 7-building complex, really cool stuff. They have good stuff for kids as well. Like they do scavenger hunt. Right now they have, I don't know if it'll still be going on by the time this airs, but they're doing like a Alice in Wonderland kind of special exhibit.
Fun.
Kids really love that as well.
I did not know about that.
Well, good. You'll have to come back.
Yes.
Have to come back and visit Milan.
Yes.
All right, great. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping by the Shoreline Podcast today.
Appreciate it.
All right, what's your name and where can people find you on socials?
So my name is Mike Mixon, and our website, our Instagram, all our social media handles are 6 Kids, 1 Tank.
6 Kids, 1 Tank. You guys know the name, so honestly, I don't even know why I asked. You recognize that voice. You know who he is. We're at the Media Marketplace today, like everybody else. Did you get to come out last year?
I did not. Work kept me home.
Work kept him home, but he's here today. He's checking everybody out. Obviously, Mike is very familiar with the Shores and Islands region, so we're going to ask him, what is your favorite attraction, spot, destination, whatever in the Shores and Islands region? I feel like if I had to guess one, I feel like I could get it right.
What would you guess?
I feel like it would be Kalahari, if it's not Cedar Point. I mean, Cedar Point's just kind of like I feel like it's given.
That is true. I couldn't name one.
I'll be
perfectly honest. I couldn't name one. Cedar Point is my excuse to get out of the house, right? I love Cedar Point, but there literally is so much to do in this area. I couldn't pinpoint just one that I enjoy the most.
That's fair enough. I feel like we don't need an excuse. We don't need an excuse to...
Well, when you have 7 kids at home and a wife, you definitely need an excuse.
Okay, fair enough. All right, the marketplace today, this is your first one. You've been around a little bit at the tables. Thoughts?
I love it. It's a great opportunity to have a lot of businesses come together and make people aware of what they offer, and also remind people of just how great this area is. People only think it's about Cedar Point, but this proves that the Shores and Islands area is much bigger than just an amusement park.
Oh, yeah, and that's our job. That's what we do. We promote the entirety of the region. There's so much going on. There's so much happening. There's so much coming right now, specifically. Everything is just growing everywhere, and it's all building off each other, and it's awesome to be here to be able to connect creators with businesses, organizations, so we can get some awesome, one, content, but also promotion for the region this summer and throughout the entire year. That's the biggest thing we're pushing, honestly, on the Shores and Islands end, is that the entirety of the year. There's things going on. This is a year-round destination, and it's just a season change.
Agreed. So I will let you know that right now it is May going into June, and so far this season, since January 1st, we have been to the area 16 times. How do I know? My wife just reminded me last night. But that just shows that even when the coasters aren't running, there's a plethora of things that everyone can do, whether it's with your family and going to Kalahari or going to Castaway Bay, or if you're just coming up with some friends, your significant other. There's great places to stay, great establishment, Crush Wine Bar, as far as food, several different places that you can enjoy in dining, and it's really a for all seasons kind of town.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. This compilation of interviews podcast will come out June 3rd, 2024, and check out the Shoreline Podcast whenever you get a chance to listen.
Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, well, we hope that you enjoyed that insider look at our media marketplace. What's really fun is that this was actually a 2-day event where our media guests were also invited to experience an evening at Cedar Point Amusement Park, which was a lot of fun. And then they also had their choice of 3 tour options on the second day. We had one group play their way through the region, visiting a number of attractions where they could be active and have fun. We had another group who visited the Liberty Aviation Museum. They went to Put-in Bay. They went to the Lake Erie Islands Nature and Wildlife Center and finished up their tour at African Safari Wildlife Park. And then Dayton and we both had the pleasure of leading a group on a fun adventure which included kayaking on Sandusky Bay with Lake Erie Adventure Company. We did a wine tour with Firelands Adventure Tours, and we stopped up at Quarry Hill Winery and also Quarry Hill Orchards Farm Market, where we got to taste their brand new real fruit ice cream, which chef's kiss. That was amazing. We also had brunch at Sandusky Bay Pancake Company, and finally a distillery tour and a tasting at Ever Wild Spirits in Sandusky. It was quite a day. So Dayton, since you are also a content creator, and you mentioned at the beginning that you had a lot of fun on that tour day, what was kind of your favorite thing that we did, and what was the most interesting feature of the tour that we did last week?
I think the kayaking was probably the most fun. I think that was probably the most fun because it was morning, so the sun was up, but it was a beautiful day. Like it couldn't have been better to go kayaking, especially that early.
It was perfect weather, and we saw lots of birds.
Yeah, lots of birds. Lots of fish.
Did you see? I heard there was a turtle. I didn't see the turtle.
Somebody said there might have been a turtle. I didn't see a turtle, but I saw lots of fish. And so it was just an awesome sight. So I got some awesome, pictures and videos out there. So that was really cool. So I think that was my favorite part, but that was just the start of the day. Like we still had so much going on throughout the day. And so I think I enjoyed that, but I also enjoyed the winery tour. When we stopped at Quarry Hill, that was really cool. We got to learn a lot. And being on the bus with Firelands Adventure Tours, they gave us, a lot of tips on, winery and just wines and, utensils and glasses. And I like wine and stuff now. So I was like, oh, this is really cool, this information. So it was pretty chill.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that as well. We talked to Dick from Firelands Adventure Tours a few weeks ago on the podcast, and he kind of gave us an overview of what they do, but it's so different when you experience it. I think it was really neat to see the process. Now, of course, we had a very abbreviated version of what they usually do for the winery tour because we, tried to fit so many other stops into our day. But yeah, they ran us through, what they would normally do and gave us some really interesting background info on wine and wine tasting. I thought that was really cool as well. So, and as Dayton mentioned, it was a lot of fun to interact with all of the other content creators and kind of see what everybody else is doing and how they're doing it and what kind of camera they're using and what kind of equipment they have and all of that.
Especially at lunch. I thought that was hilarious. There's just cameras everywhere recording food.
And Steve from Sandusky Bay Pancake House
he was in it.
Came out. And he was like, would you like me to put some extra sugar on your pancakes so that, whatever you have to do for the Instagram. He made some great content. So that was a lot of fun. If you're listening and you're a content creator, a travel writer, or any other member of the media that would be interested in learning more about this event, we'll be doing it again next year. Please email me at jill@shoresandislands.com or DM Dayton on any of our social media channels, and we'll get you added to the invitation list. So thank you to the more than 30 Shores and Islands Ohio partners and the more than 40 guests who participated in the event. And a special thanks to the 9 media guests that stopped by and chatted with us for this podcast. Of course, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss a minute of the action here in Shores and Islands, Ohio. You can also find more information, including past episodes of this podcast, online at shoresandislands.com. We'll see you next time on The Shoreline.